Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. We seamlessly transitioned from that interesting music there and that video. We are live. Hello, everybody. I think all my channels are working. Hello, Instagram, Facebook page, Facebook community, and YouTube. Have you got all of yours?
Yes, everything's just
Yay!
coming through Facebook and Instagram. Yes.
Woohoo! Hello, everyone. We've got people joining us already. Oh, you're on the bottom again. I'm going to cover up your face again. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry, that's fine.
Hello, Marilyn. How are you? Hannah's here. Shatika's here with lots and lots of hearts. Thank you. Julia's here. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Julia.
Yay! Hello. Awesome. We are here for week, what is it?
Two.
Week 2 of the Pick and Mix crochet along, but we are here in our evening time, which is hopefully lunchtime for over in the US, where we know lots of our audience is. So hello, everyone. We are trying a different time of the day. Samantha's here from Manchester again. Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Louise is here. Hi, Louise. Hello, everyone. So yeah, we always say, like, tell us where you're from when you're watching, because it's really interesting, isn't it, to see who's here and where they are in the world.
Absolutely. We should hopefully reach some different parts of the world at reasonable hour. Going live a bit later, so hopefully everyone over in Americas now and Canada and all that part of the world is now wide awake.
Lunchtime now, isn't it? Or just after lunch, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
it always baffles me that so much of the work, like, because obviously in the UK is so tiny, we only have one time zone, whereas other countries have lots of time zones within them, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, there we are. Saying 11:30, and thank you for the later start. Absolute pleasure.
Our pleasure, yes. We've got Marilyn from New York. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, South Africa. I think there is a much different in South Africa. Is there? Is it like an hour?
Yeah, it's an hour. So I once went traveling. I went to Namibia, and it's because you literally go across and then straight down, don't you?
That's right. Yeah.
It's very. Yeah. Oh, and Louise is in South Wales. You're in our time zone too. 12:40 in Alabama. There we go. Lunchtime.
Fabulous. Not a bad time to join us live for another catch up.
Although for me, the sun is chasing me down. You can see it shining through.
Hello.
Just starting to set, and the fact it's beautiful and lovely and sunny here. But yeah, very bright in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm sat opposite my window, and I have to say that the sun's a bit lower now, so I'm not as blinded. But I had to turn up the brightness of my computer up earlier when we were talking to Caitlin, because I was being blinded by the.
Oh, here we are, Marianne from Pennsylvania, lovely part of the world, and Julia's in Maryland. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, lovely.
There we go. Hello, everyone. Hello. We are here to chat about, well, anything really, but also our crochet along and the squares, and see how everyone's doing. If you haven't joined us already, we are hosting, there's a QR code up here, and I'll put the link in the comments as well. We are hosting a crochet along for 2 blankets that we have designed, and they are all incorporating squares of different sizes, but you can pick and mix. You can tessellate any of the squares together and they will work. And so many people have done all sorts already, haven't they? Of different, absolutely, like my small squares, your small squares, mediums, larges. And like some people have like even made the whole blanket already. I'm like absolutely flabbergasted by that. Yeah. Like, how was that? That's amazing.
Do you know, seeing everyone's squares in those Facebook groups makes me literally want to do crochet along every month, because it's
I know. It's so lovely, isn't it?
Doesn't it? It's just so great to see people working on the pattern and putting their own twist and creativity into these squares, whether it's colors or then laying the squares out. I think it was Wendy's post, she had like all sorts of different layouts, didn't she? She was asking a group which layout everyone prefers. So it's great to see posts like these, and it makes me want to do crochet along every month. If it was only that easy to do.
Exactly. Sorry, my dogs will bark. I told you the dogs will bark if I let them into the living room. They watch everyone walk past. So it's not a busy road that we live on, but they can see everyone walking past the hedge. And then
So they have to say hello.
hello. There we go. There we go. Hello. I'll mute my.
So while Hannah's dogs are saying hello to us, everyone else say hello to us in the comments. Let us know where you're from, and we're gonna any questions you might have about the Pick and Mix Crochet Along, please do pop them in the comments wherever you're watching us from. Whether it's anything pattern related, we'll be able to help, or any oh, they're in there.
They've come to see me now.
Oh gosh. Julia made time to do 1 square in worsted weight using Abstash yarn. Fantastic. So how big was your square? How much difference did you get in using worsted weight? I know some people are using worsted weight, and that's the beauty of the blankets. That you can use any weight of yarn. It's just expect your blanket to be slightly bigger in worsted weight. So let us know how much bigger that was.
Yes.
And Poppy loves crochet. Hello.
Using up yarn stuff. Yeah, we said, didn't we, in our live with Caitlin, that actually worsted weight, like you can use any weight of yarn, can't you? As long as you're happy with the size of square that you end up making.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Yeah, and if you decide to make a large blanket like a double bed or king size bed, I would even kind of encourage you to use worsted weight or even chunky, bulky weight, just to kind of not have to make so many squares, but perhaps make fewer squares, but they will be much bigger if you use thicker yarn. So we've got someone from Portugal. Lovely.
Oh, tell me the weather's lovely in Portugal.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Oh, and Julia, there we go. Oh, 9 inches square for the small square.
There we go. Lovely.
Yeah. So then, by the laws of all of the cleverness, so the medium square would be double that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you'd end up with an 18-inch medium square, which is actually the size of our large ones. We did. So you can absolutely just make them any size you like, and you don't have to make the large squares. You can just make small and medium ones, and make the blanket size that you're happy with. I mean, this is what I used to do before I started like officially designing. I would just make stuff to the size that I wanted it, and then put them to, especially motifs. So I'd put them together and be like, yeah, I'm happy with the size of that. That looks good to me.
Yeah.
Like that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I got here, but I'm happy that I'm here.
Oh, and then Hannah's doing worsted weight squares as well with a 5mm hook. Turned out to be 7" by 7", which is perfect, isn't it, as well?
As long as you're happy with the squares, that's all that matters.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Let me do that. There we go. You see my microphone now. This is my first ever cowl, and I'm having so much fun with the colours I chose. Oh, lovely. I'm using worsted. Oh, loads of people using worsted. That's really cool. I just wish I could make the squares faster. You don't have to do it fast. There's no race. There's no rush at all.
No, definitely not.
At all.
Just enjoy it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, well, and that's the important thing to say, isn't it? That although we're on week 2, so we've got the small version of the small squares are available on our blogs to view for free with ads, and the medium square is now available. Next week, the large square, and the following week will be the final week, which will be the joining and the borders. So 2 more weeks worth of waiting for everything. Or if you've got the VIP, then you've already got everything and all the PDFs and all that kind of stuff. So you can go at your own pace and make as you wish.
Definitely, and to be honest, even if you following the free versions on the blogs and you come to our groups a year later saying, "Oh, I'll finish my blanket," we'll be just as happy for you as if you finish it at the end of the cowl. So
absolutely,
by all means, pop along and share your makes with us. We always love to see your versions.
Very much. Julia saying that's the beauty of blankets, make them the size you want. Definitely. Do you know, I had a bit of a falling out with blankets last year. I didn't really, I couldn't get my head around what I wanted to do for blankets. But this year I can't stop. I've got so many blankets, like works. I'm like, what are you doing, Hannah? So if everyone likes blankets, this is good. I'm liking that.
Saying that, I've got another blanket that I nearly finished. I just need to join the squares, and it's a few squares that I already have the patterns for, but they were like just I released them as single squares for different events that I joined previously. And now I'm thinking like, yeah, these squares, let's just put them into a blanket and see what they look like together. So yeah, I do have a couple of blankets on the go as well coming out. So yeah, kind of changing to blankets now.
This is an interesting, sorry, I'm coming up again.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Marianne said, my worsted weight was 6.5 inches for Veronica and 7 for Hannah's, but 2 of the yarns I used in Hannah's seemed on the thicker side with 5mm hook. Yeah, so that's a really important point. And I think for blankets and for that kind of half an inch difference, you should be able to block out, because your small squares, especially, they're quite lacy, aren't they? Towards then, so actually that should block out fine.
Yeah,
that's the important thing, depending on what yarn fibre you've used, obviously, but it should block out okay, and then you'll be able to match it up because the stitch counts will be the same and they'll match up when you're joining them. But yeah, just go carefully if you're using different brands of yarn. If you're using from your stash, just be careful that you do make sure there are similar thicknesses, or if you use them in one square, you use them in all the squares. That's the key, I think, isn't it? Even it out, but blocking should sort that out fine.
Yeah, or to be honest, failing that, if you wanted to do an extra round on my square, you could just go half double crochet around the square again, just to maybe gain that half an inch if blocking doesn't sort it out properly for you. And then you might just have to sew them together rather than join kind of stitch by stitch, because you'll have a few extra stitches on the other square. But yeah, there is an option of increasing the size just ever so slightly as well if you do struggle to block them out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Wendy's here from Pittsburgh.
Hi, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. Lovely stuff. So yeah, has anyone had any problems with them or come across anything with your yarn? I mean, everyone's chosen their colours now, I think, haven't they? They're all, although, well, it's so lovely, isn't it? You said to see, like, there's people that have used our colour palettes before each other's blankets. So someone's using your colours but have been making the squares from both of them.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see how that's working. And then there's been people posting in the groups with saying, I'm not sure about my colour combinations. What can I lose? What can I change? And there's loads of engagement of people helping each other with their colour palettes.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to see. And someone posted in my group as well, they're using I think it's black and cream and shades of red.
I love that one.
That square is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
because I hardly ever use red. I don't think I've ever crocheted anything red, and I very seldom wear anything red. But I was like, that is really nice, really, really nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It could work for a Christmassy blanket as well, I think, because you know, yours, it's got florally stitches. It's not overtly like, you know, it could even look like a poinsettia, couldn't it? That medium one. There. Someone needs to make it into a Christmas blanket.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
And I finally saw a beautiful square in all cream color as well. I think that's been made into just a small bag, but still just seeing it all in all plain cream color, where the stitches and all the different textures just stand out that much more, because you're not kind of distracted by the colors. You are just looking at the stitches and the texture of the square. So it's and I think they made one of yours as well in just a cream color, and they just look amazing. So yeah, definitely, if you do struggle to put colors together, just go out all for cream only.
Well, and also, if you don't want to be weaving in lots of ends,
that's right.
That's the other thing. Like, if you use a solid color, whatever that solid color is, you're not going to have as many ends to weave in, are you? So it literally can be whatever you want this to be. If you, you know, lots of people are saying, well, I don't enjoy making motifs because of all the ends, etc. Well, that doesn't matter, you know. Make them however you like. And I saw a lovely blanket the other day. I can't remember who the designer was, and I thought, what a lovely idea that they had predominantly cream square motifs, but then little, like, it looked like confetti basically had been dropped on it, because they had other squares in like different colors.
Oh, lovely.
It was just like 2 or 3 different colors, and they were just dotted around the blanket, and it looked really lovely. So I keep seeing, every time I do crochet alongs, I'm like, oh, I want to do it in that colour now.
Yeah, it does bring a lot of inspiration, doesn't it? All sorts of different colors and palettes. And there was a lovely kind of pastel colored squares as well. I think someone was using a cotton yarn, and it was really just really faint pastel colors. That was really lovely square as well. So loads of inspiration in our Facebook groups. If you are not in our Facebook groups, I strongly suggest to join, because there is loads of inspiration in there, not just from us, but from other people making and working on the cowl. And while we're on the subject of Facebook groups, we do have a prize draw running during a crochet along. So just to let you know, I do have the pin post in my group, and if you scroll through, Hannah's got it as well at the top in kind of the featured post. All the details are in there for the prize draw. So if you're in it, you can win it. We are offering $50 yarn gift card for a online store of your choice, wherever you are and wherever the winner is from. And all you have to do is just enjoy the crochet along. That's the most important thing. And just let us know, post about it in both of our groups. So the only thing you have to do is post in both of the groups to be in the prize draw. To have your name in a hat. You have to post in both the Hanjan Crochet community and Blue Star Crochet community on Facebook, and share your progress, share your finished stuff if you finish something, because some people might be making bags, cushions, or really small blankets. That's anything goes, everything counts. So that's the only thing you have to do to be in with a chance of winning that $50 yarn gift card. And I'm so curious to know what people are going to spend the gift card on. Obviously yarn, but like which one?
Yeah, we wanted to make it nice and easy for people, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know, like there's lots of giveaways and stuff that are really convoluted, aren't there? It's literally just share some stuff in both of the groups, and then that's your entry done.
Yeah,
definitely.
So that's gonna run till the 16th. I think we said in the 16th of May.
Yeah, to give you plenty of chance.
Yeah. So when the last part of the crochet along comes out on not 2nd of May, it's the Monday, 28th of April. I think it's.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's 16.
So it's the 28th, I think, isn't it?
28th of April. So we'll release the last part on joining the squares and adding your border, and then you'll have plenty of time until the 16th of May, and that's when we're going to kind of close the prize draw entries and pick a winner that we will announce on the 19th. I think we said on the Monday, and then we'll just kind of talk to the winner to see where the gift card is going.
Where you want it. Oh, look, we've got someone here from Italy. Hello.
Oh, lovely. I bet it's really nice there as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's saying good. Yeah. So I think hopefully it's going well for people. I think everyone seems to be enjoying it, and I think everyone seems to be enjoying the challenge of it. We haven't really talked much about the actual stitches, and like because very often you do a crochet along and it's for the purpose of learning X technique or Y, or and this is kind of a mixed bag. It's literally pick a mix, isn't it? It's a mixed bag of learning to be brave about your colors, to be brave about your layout, to have fun, to create these motifs. But we have used lots of textured stitches as well that you may not have encountered before, or if you have, you may not have done them a huge amount. Because someone posted in my group the other day and they were like, I don't want to scare anyone by this, but they were like, I've never done a front post treble 3-4 rounds before, Hannah. They're really fun. And I'm like, yes, they are. They're great fun. Lots of people get really scared by long stitches or tall stitches, don't they?
Yeah.
And especially when you've got to go down and find, because I use lots of texture to create like these frames here, basically. So they end up going right down into a number of rounds below. And it's like, it's all about finding the right stitch to go around and keeping your tension on your hook right and not angling. And I talk about that a lot in my videos as well, about having to make sure that your hook doesn't angle too far down, because then they'll be too short, and keeping it, all that kind of stuff. So we've both got videos that go along with each of the squares that give you loads of tips and tricks about any of the trick. I mean, we say tricky, but they're not really tricky, not once you break them down, are they?
No.
What was the other thing that people said that they were enjoying? Oh, the cluster stitches and all of your, oh, they bobble stitches you used, or what?
I use all sorts, bubbles, popcorns, puffs. I just went all out on town on those.
Yeah, I must admit, I still sometimes I get like, oh no, is that a bobble or is that a pop? Or have I done a cluster there? Or what have I done there?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just
So
like,
similar,
yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, the names, you know the techniques, but when it comes to actually writing a pattern, I'm like, is that a bubble stitch? Is
Yeah.
that a bubble stitch? What have I just done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're so worth learning, aren't they? And they're
Yeah.
such great techniques to have. And that's what we hope as well that you'll take away from this is knowing more crochet, knowing more techniques, knowing more skills, but not only just the techniques of the actual stitches, but the whole putting stuff together, working with different weights of yarn, figuring out your sizings, all that kind of stuff. So it's not as much hand holding as normal. We're not literally just saying follow our pattern. We're saying come, use it for inspiration, and then create something of your own.
Definitely, yeah. I was so happy to see when a large square popped up, when someone made the large square, because the large square, it's a wide range of stitches, and some of them are quite, they're not hard to do. There's just specific places and stitches you have to insert the hook and kind of go through. So when I saw a finished large square pop, I was like, oh, I did explain it all right.
Yeah, and in some of mine, we need to do stitches in between stitches and not into stitches as well, which is something that lots of people I think are really scared of too, because it's like, well, how do I make that space? How do I? And it's like, well, you just put your hook in, and in the middle, literally bung your hook in here, and off you go. You'll be fine.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, Julia's saying, I love the treble front post for cables in different patterns. Yeah, they're really lovely stitches, aren't they? Yeah, I'm saying the same. I've never done one before, and they're beautiful. Yeah, they really are, and it's a really good way of introducing color. It looks more complex, your color work, doesn't it? Whereas actually you're only using one color per round, but it looks really complicated because you're using that front post and dropping it down.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, good. What's waiting? I haven't read it yet till I put it up. Here we're working into chains and into back loops to create extra texture on Hannah's design is very different for me. I love the result. Yeah, I couldn't decide what to do on mine. So any of the chains I actually worked into the chain, not into the chain space, and just then left that loop there at the front to give you a bit more of a texture all the way around. But I kind of said because that is like another little extra step that makes it a bit more complicated. So I was like, if you don't want to do that, don't worry about it. That's really great that people are. That's really good.
Yeah, the crochet police isn't going to come after you if you don't.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. So we're quite relaxed, aren't we? As long as you're happy with it, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get frustrated with it, because I keep saying this to my mum, if she gets frustrated with something, she gets angry and then she doesn't want to do it. And so don't get frustrated. I was take a step back, think about it.
Yeah.
Decide what you want to do.
That's it. And just do your own thing with it, really. As long as it kind of gets to the end result.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to do whatever you want to do with those stitches, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the beauty of those squares and the whole crochet along, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you the thing that I wanted to ask today before we launch it. I know obviously it's the large square next week and then the joining, but have anyone started blocking their squares already, ready for them to be joined? I know a few people have because I've seen pictures of them.
Yeah, on blocking boards.
Yeah, that is one thing that I would definitely recommend with motif blankets. Lots of people say, oh, I'll just block it at the end when it's all joined together, and you absolutely can do that, but you will get such a better result if you block them first before you join them. Your joins it will be first of all easier to join them, if you're crocheting them together, and you'll get a really crisp, nice edge to them. Even if you're using acrylic yarn, because people often say, oh, acrylic doesn't block that well, but it does.
It does, yeah.
If you encourage it enough, shall we say.
And what I find is when people say they'll block the blanket when it's finished, it's never as good of a blocking result as if you block the squares individually, isn't it? You know, when you, because on the individual squares you can really pull the corners sharp.
Yeah.
But if I mean, I don't know, some people might have the space, but I personally don't have big enough blocking boards to really pin out the blanket, and like, and to be honest with you, if it's a large piece, I would probably be a little bit lazy and think like I can't be bothered to pin all the corners on all the squares once it's joined. So
it's hard to get the measurements exact as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've done that before, where you pin it on a bed and then it doesn't dry in time, and then you're like, I need to sleep in that bed. So you kind of, it's a harder process, I think, isn't it? Than doing them individually. That's one of the great things about motif blankets. I mean, if you're making the blanket all in one go, you don't have any choice, do you?
Yeah.
Having said that, if I'm making a blanket in one piece, I have been known to like block a section, as I go along, and then do another section. So ways around
it. Yeah, when I did my small squares, I blocked them in tens. So I did worked up 10, blocked them, let them dry, and then while they were drying, I was making the other 10, and then it was just like a rotation on the blocking boards. So different squares blocking at different times, but it definitely gives a better result if you do them individually. You got those other blocking boards where you can stack the squares, don't you?
There's the pegs in them, and
so,
apparently they're really good.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. I just got the foam mats and the T-pins. So yeah, and I put them in a conservatory, which gets really hot with the sun coming in, and they dried real quick. So that was a real treat. Yeah. But one of those space-saving blocking boards could be a way to go if you struggle for space.
Definitely. Oh, Caroline as well was saying. Caroline's posted lots of her squares already. Worked in the back loop for several rounds. I love the result. Yeah, do you know when I used to do magazine stuff, there were 2 different editors of Simply Crochet and Inside Crochet, and they were like, we always know which ones are yours, Hannah, because they've all got back loops in them. I love a back loop, I do.
But it's great because it's such a simple change, but with such a huge impact on the finished look and the feel of the fabric, isn't it? So
especially when you're going in round, you've got the right side facing you all the time and going in rounds.
Yeah.
Lovely. It's a lovely, easy thing to do to add some texture.
Absolutely.
Definitely. But yeah, I think was there anything? I should have made a list. Earlier on, I was like, we must make sure we talk about this, and this. But I think we've covered. If there are any questions from anyone, I'm going to check Instagram and Facebook as well that I've got over here, see if there are any questions.
Yeah, let's pop over there.
Yeah.
We've got Sharon from California. Hello on Instagram, if you're still here with us.
Someone else on Instagram from South Africa.
Lovely.
Hello. And the group's all good too. No, I think we're good. I think we are good. So yeah, keep posting your squares, keep posting if you haven't started, that's the other thing. If you haven't yet started, you haven't signed up before today, don't worry, you can absolutely still sign up. You can still get the VIP, and you can still get it as a buy one, get one free. So you purchase one of the patterns and you'll get the other one for free up until the end of the crochet along. When the crochet along ends, it will no longer be available in its current form at all. But Veronica and I will release them individually in our own stores. Yeah. Obviously, it won't be on offer as it is now. But so today you can join us, you can start, and you don't have to finish by the end of the crochet along. We'll be here, like you said earlier, we'll be here in a year's time, in 2 years' time. I hope still and we'll be here to support you with it all. But yeah, at the moment we'll be doing our lives once a week like we are. Maybe we could try another evening for one of the others as well, or evening time for us, if that works for people. I'm not sure I can stay up till the middle of the night to make evening there, but
yeah, I think it's early hours of the morning over in Australia, I would imagine, wouldn't it? That would be pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, so we kind of, yeah. It's tough to cater for all the time zones, isn't it? But yeah, we've done a couple of lunchtime ones for us here. So maybe a couple of evening ones to give people chance to wake up and have some food before they join us.
But also, if you're watching this on replay or watching any of ours on replay, just if you have a question, just pop it in the comments, and we will get back to you. We will get to it. But also, if you want, if you want an answer now, either tag us or do a single post in our Facebook community groups and ask us the question there, because we will then definitely see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, look, Julia said back loop, slip, or single crochet is my favorite for ribbing. Yep, absolutely. And what's the other one? If anyone is hesitant, let me tell you, the VIP from Hannah Worth it. Oh, thank you, Julia.
Thanks, Julia.
We tried to think of everything, didn't we, that might help people and make it, as good a package as it possibly can be for you, to get you to achieve all sorts. Because that's the other thing, you can carry on. Because my mum said this, she was like, oh, I might make a bag, and I might make this, and I might make that, and all these different ideas. And it's like, it's not just 2 blanket patterns. There's actually a lot of content that you can take away for the future and make what you like from it.
Yeah. And I think we really tried to put ourselves in the shoes of people making the blankets. Like, what else could they possibly need a help with the VIP package? So we've got both of the ebooks with loads of information in there. We've got yarn substitutes, layouts, color palettes, and everything like that. But on top of all that, we were then thinking, what else could people struggle with or need an extra help with? So that's why we got those 3 bonus guides in the VIP option as well. Hannah put together the choosing color inspiration PDF ebook. It's amazing if you do struggle with choosing colors, or if you kind of think, oh, do these colors go together? Is there enough contrast in them as well? Because sometimes you can put 2 colors that you think will work together, but they work together so well that you can then tell them apart, and they kind of don't make the design stand out enough, do they? So loads of color inspiration in that PDF. The other one is layout. So we've taken the amount of squares that we used for our blanket and put them all in different layouts, just for inspiration, if you wanted to follow different layouts to what we did for our finished blankets. And the last guide is how to join the squares. So once you've got this big pile of beautiful blocked squares with all the ends woven in, it's time to join them. So we've got loads of different options on joining the squares together, whatever you want to choose, because you might not want to use the same methods we used. So I use the single crochet through just 1 loop on both of the squares. So it'll be the back loop on the square near you and the front loop on the square away from you. So, and I was joining on the right side, so the side facing me. So you get the tops of the stitches kind of facing you at the front, because I do like that joining method. I think it looks really nice. But if you think, oh, I don't want the join to be visible, there are loads of different options. Hannah used a different option to me, and the PDF bonus guide has got loads of options to choose from as well. So definitely worth it at the moment. It's the best deal for the 2 ebooks together you're gonna find until the end of Crochet Along, before they are released individually, and then you can buy them individually, but obviously it won't be buy one get one free, and you won't get all the bonus guides. So but it's a choice as well.
absolutely. Samantha's this made me laugh. Samantha, well, it's not funny, but it's like, ribbing is going to be the death of me at the moment. So much to do. Well, we have a solution. Come and make your blanket instead. Don't worry about ribbing. Just leave it. It'll be there ready when you're ready.
Put it in a naughty corner on the whip pile, just leave it there.
Yeah, and then Caroline said, have so much stash. I try and always use that. It's a nice way to learn how to use colours. Yeah, definitely. Amazing. And the great thing about these, because the rounds are so small, you don't need very much yarn to make a round. And if you're not worried about making sure that you have a consistent amount of the colours in all the rounds, then you can just use yarn from your stash. And yeah, like you say, it's a lovely way to to learn how to put colours together. And also, you know, the great thing is you're not committed. If you make a small square and you're not necessarily happy with the outcome of your colours, don't worry, you don't have to use that square. You can just, you know, go again with the next one. Whereas if you've got a blanket and you're doing row by row and you've added, and then halfway down you're like, I really don't like that colour now, you're stuck, aren't you?
Mm.
So it is, yeah, motif blankets are the best way to experiment with colour, I think.
Yeah. And I know some people do when they're using loads of different kind of yarn stash oddballs and of yarn, sometimes they do like a lucky dip.
Yeah, I do
So
that. I love
as long as all your colors kind of complement each other and they work together in whatever order, you can just leave them in a bag and just kind of blindfolded, pick a color and just go with that. And that's a great way as well. If you,
my boys love doing that. They love being the selector.
Yeah.
I'm like, just pick anyone. They're like, really? Any? Like, yeah, any of them. I'll use them all. Obviously, knowing that I've, you know, laid the one on the top that I want, you know.
Yeah. So that's a really fun way as well to put colors together. If you don't want to kind of keep choosing and keep thinking, do they go together? Just go wild and do a lucky dip out of a bag.
Yeah. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. So yeah, we'll be back on Monday. The next part, the large squares, will be released over on our blogs, and the YouTube videos for those will be published. And we will be back. I'm not sure when, but at some point next week, we'll come back and do another live and catch up with everyone and see how you are. But if you need us before then we're always in our community groups. We're both in each other's groups as well, so we see all of the posts. So you know, one of us will see, you know, before the other one does, and there's loads of people offering help and support in there. So just post away, be brave. Definitely. Don't worry about it. No one's going to bite.
And just to remind people that it's okay to post both of the patterns in my group. You don't have to limit it to just my squares. Anything Cal related goes. So post away in both of the groups. It doesn't have to be just my pattern or just Hannah's pattern in her group. So during the Cal, just go for it and post as many times as you want to share your progress. We love to see how people are getting on.
Definitely. And just before, I've just spotted a comment on or question on Instagram from Cheryl saying, what are the maximum number of colours to use with each pattern? What are your suggestions? I can go a bit crazy with colours. I have 8 at the moment in blue, grey, turquoise and white. So my version, I actually use 9 colours anyway. So I would say go for it. If you're happy with using lots and lots of colours, then absolutely, you can use as many as you like. I mean, my large square has got like 30 something rounds, so if you wanted to, you could use as many as you like.
Yep, definitely. My blanket uses 6 colors, but if you wanted to go and use more colors, by all means go for it. Use them up, use whatever colors make you happy, really. There are only certain rounds where the colors should kind of work. Like I've got a tulip stitch on the large square, so kind of the bottom of the tulip is in green, and then the petals are pink. So, but you know, if you wanted to use different colors and not make them look like tulips, then by all means you can just go for whatever colors you want to go for. And into the interlocking crochet part on the corners, that's just 2 colors alternating for, I think it's about 4 rounds, but don't quote me on that because I can't remember.
You just go.
Yeah, I think it's about 4 rounds where it's just 2 colors alternating, so they are quite prominent colors in that section. So choose your colors wisely for those bits, but like Hannah said, anything goes really, as long as you are happy with the square and it makes you happy, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, Cheryl said, yay, my color junkie thanks you. Our pleasure.
You're welcome.
Permission to do whatever you like is
absolutely. Absolutely. And that'll be another interesting square to then have a look at, 30 rounds, every round in different color. That's going to be another interesting square to post and look at it and admire. Yeah,
definitely. Right, I think we will say goodbye and good night. It's the evening time here now, so we will wish you all well, and we will see you next week. We'll let you know. Yeah, we'll let you know once we figured out what day it's going to be because we have
we're still on Easter holiday next week, so we'll have to arrange a suitable time.
Children, organized children and families, and not necessarily dogs, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.
Yes, see you next week, everyone. Bye.